Nothing yet.
Please stay together and try to be quiet.
Ready?
Now, we've seen a few things that might persuade a rational person not to become a gangbanger.
You ain't down with the gang cutters? You should stop wearing whack clothes.
Good advice for the fashion-sensitive. Go left. Anyone else?
Do we get to eat lunch here?
Our field trip does not include a stop at the cafeteria, a fact for which we can all be extremely grateful. Let's gather at the nurses' station. Please, please put that down. Put it down. Why else should you not join a gang?
At least if I'm in the gang, I know my homies got my back.
If you don't join a gang in the first place, then you don't need a homie watching your back.
I'm not afraid of no danger.
Me either. Afraid of no danger?
That's right, dog.
Boys and girls, this is Dr. Singer. He's going to show us what happens when your homies fail to get your back.
Let's go this way. This is Roberto. He was shot yesterday in a drive-by. You up to this?
Oh, man.
Ooh, caught a brick.
The chest tube is draining fluid from Roberto's chest cavity. We had to remove part of his lung. He's suffering a pretty serious infection in his abdomen because of bullet fragment damage to the large intestine and the bowel. We cut him open and retracted the ribs to get to the affected areas.
How many bullets he catch, man?
Mac 10, full clip. Hollow point, dude.
Roberto was struck by one 9mm bullet. Further operations are going to be necessary to remove the other bullet fragments. Does anybody know what a catheter is? It collects the urine that he's unable to expel himself. Colostomy bag. When he leaves here, he'll have to learn to change this twice a day. Roberto will no longer have control of his bladder or his bowel movements. So we had to insert a tube.
Oh. It's always the big ones.
Ownership of the farm, but my client, Mrs. Elaplant, won custody of its contents.
Including the disputed, cow?
Mrs. Plant now wants to take the cow, which is her property.
To Texas.
I'm adjudicating the custody of a cow?
Texas is cattle country. They eat steak and eggs for breakfast, barbecued steak sandwiches for lunch, and steak au jus for dinner.
Is this a real case?
Incredibly, yes, Your Honor.
Well, I don't have.
Are you all right, Judge Gray?
This is surreal, isn't it? I think this is surreal. Do I have a fever?
I don't know. Would you like to take a recess?
No. Let's get the cow settled.
Your Honor, I believe Mr. Plant is simply an angry vegetarian.
I object to counsel referring to vegetarians as angry.
Is there something special about this cow? And if so, what is it?
Remember how I invited you to attend the ballet this weekend?
Yes. Remember how I accepted?
Well, I'm afraid that I'm going to have to take a rain check.
I knew you were just showing off.
I have to go out of town on a business trip. Short, 4 days.
Business trips should be short. Vacations should be long.
When's the last time you had a vacation?
Me? Last time I had a vacation was, I can't remember when.
Well, Charles was going to join me, but he had to cancel at the last minute.
That's unfortunate.
Uh-huh. Well, since I have to make this trek by myself, I'd like to make it a little more exciting, and it would sure be a lot more exciting if you were to come along with me.
That's fortunate, but I don't even know where you're going.
China.
I can't just run off with you to China, can I?
I promise you it'll be a trip you'll never forget. I'll send a limo to your house to pick you up. We'll fly over in my Lear jet. It'll be just the two of us.
I have always wanted to see China. But I can't go. There's too much to do at Sanctuary House and at work.
Well, I guess we can stand on the Great Wall and watch the sunset over the bamboo trees some other time.
I'd have to ask my supervisor if I could go to China.
I read somewhere that F. Scott Fitzgerald never took a lunch break when he wrote. Break to drink, yeah.
Really?
Me, I never let a little something like the Great American Novel get in between me and a cheesesteak sub.
I got a new job. Big promotion. I'll be assistant program director at a major market NPR station.
That's great. That is great. That's exactly what you wanted.
Well, yeah, the only problem is KQED is in,
KQED? Wait, isn't that...
San Francisco.
You couldn't pick someplace further away? What about the space station? They probably have openings there.
Vincent, don't be like that.
It's 3,000 miles away.
A 5-hour plane ride. I don't want to leave you. But this is an incredible opportunity for me, and I don't see how I can pass it up. Do you? We could be bi-coastal. See how it goes.
Yeah, bi-coastal.
People do it. It could work. We're young. We have stamina, imagination.
Oh, Sean, I was wondering.
Maxine, I was wondering if a day can go by when I don't get a phone call complaining about something you've done.
Excuse me?
Scaring teens with a gore session at the hospital?
It was a very effective lesson. A serious deterrent to joining gangs.
A mother called complaining her son was so frightened he wet his pants.
Subtlety gets you nowhere in this job, Sean. You know that. And if you don't, you should.
I have been over backwards accommodating you, Maxine, giving you time off for Sanctuary House and looking the other way while you bend the rules. I've about reached my limit.
Well, if you're thinking of suspending me, now would be a good time because I would like a few days off.
Apparently, I'm gonna have to set some boundaries around here in order to get you to behave.
Sean, you're overreacting.
You're grounded.
I'm what?
You brought this on yourself.
Did you say grounded? As in I can't use the car and the phone or no TV? What?
Until you learn that there are consequences for your actions, you're on desk duty.
I'm sorry, but I've been doing this too long.
Yo, I don't want to hear your emeritus speech, Maxine. This is my job, and I am accountable to people. It is the height of selfishness to put other people's careers at risk in order to satisfy your own ego. It is not all about you.
I see. If that's all, I'm sure there's some pressing work I have to attend to.
Take the afternoon off. Just go home, cool your heels.
I don't need to go home.
I don't want to see your St. Jerome the Martyr act all day.
I would never dream
Go
of...
home now.
Your Honor, Mr. Anderson and I are representing our respective clients. To be fair, I move that the court appoint a guardian ad litem to look after Nellie's best interests.
You want me to appoint a lawyer for a cow? Well, instead of preparing briefs, I suppose he'll prepare beefs. That's funny, isn't it?
Your Honor, this is all about Ms. Cochran's client objecting to his ex-wife remarrying.
How long have we been on this case?
An hour and 15 minutes.
Well, that is ridiculous. We have real cases. I'm inclined to turn Nellie over to DCF.
Court will recess 10 minutes.
Judge Gray.
Gotta call a doctor. Judge Gray.
We need an ambulance.
Judge Gray.
We got a judge now.
Judge Gray.
I'm telling you, I'm fine. I don't need to go to bed. Did someone paint the chambers?
Judge Gray, you're at home.
Sit around the bed.
Oh, what are you doing here?
I'll make you some tea.
What's my mom doing here?
Maybe we should take her to the hospital.
She babbles when she gets a fever. She's been that way ever since she was a little girl. Oh, my goodness. She really is hot.
Doctor examined her at the courthouse. He says it's just a flu.
I told her to get a flu shot.
Well, I don't want to get a flu shot. You know why? Because you get the flu.
Is there anything else I can do?
No, thank you, Bruce. I'll take it from here.
Goodbye, Judge Gray.
Goodbye, Bruce. Have fun. Why are you home?
I'm grounded.
Okay.
Judge Gray passed out in court.
What?
Judge Gray passed out in court. Hi, Peanut.
You kidding me?
Doctor says it was the flu. A lot of it going around. Bruce took her home.
Well, I better go see how she's doing.
No! Germs, baby, not a good combination.
Yeah, right.
You can back to work. I got this covered. Thanks.
Well, work isn't going so well.
What's wrong?
I got a lot on my mind. Carol's leaving.
What did you do?
I didn't do anything. She got an incredible job opportunity in San Francisco.
Oh. Wow.
Yeah, I know.
Did you try and talk her out of it?
No, I can't do that. This job is a big deal for her. It's a promotion. There's more money, more prestige. It'd be selfish to ask her to turn it down for my sake.
Vincent. You really don't get it, do you?
What?
The secret language of women. Carol told you about a promotion because she wants you to try and talk her out of it.
She does?
She wants you to say you can't imagine life without her. She has no intention of moving. And even if she does, what she really wants is for you to stop her.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Okay, Mr. Too Smart for the room. Don't fight back. Let her go. Women love that kind of thing.
Jillian, I'm home. Aaron, what's going on?
He heard from Evie.
Evie? She called me this afternoon. They want to give him back.
They want what?
Evie and Rondell want to give Ned back to us.
The happily ever after scenario didn't work out. They're not staying together, and neither she nor Rondell is interested in being a single parent.
You're kidding.
She thinks Ned belongs with you.
How soon can we get him back?
I just need time to get the paperwork together.
Oh my God. Honey, we can have him back.
I know.
It's amazing. Isn't it amazing? It's what we've been praying for.
Tell her no.
Honey,
The answer is no.
you can't mean that.
I do mean it. I don't want him back. And I don't want to discuss it.
Jillian.
Spades. Your turn. Mom? Mom?
What happened?
It's your turn.
Oh. What are we doing?
Crazy Eights.
Brought you ginger ale, lots of ice. Lauren, what is going on?
Mommy and I are playing cards.
No, you're not.
Yes, we are. I'm winning.
I told you not to bother your mother.
I'm not bothering her. She loves Crazy Eights.
What time is it? It's almost 9 o'clock. You need to get ready for bed.
But Mommy's lonely.
She's not lonely. She needs rest. And the last thing I need is for both of you to have the flu. Well, who in the world is that?
I'll get it.
No, you won't. You'll get ready for bed. Now.
Is your phone off the hook?
As a matter of fact, it is. I was trying to let Amy get some rest. She's got the flu.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, I hope this won't interfere with our plans.
Plans?
You, me, China?
Oh, my God, China. I nearly forgot.
Good heavens, woman, what does it take to impress you?
I had an eventful day.
Now, so did I. My schedule got all turned around, so we're going to have to leave sooner than I expected. Plane takes off at midnight. Can you be ready by then?
No, I can't.
Well, yeah, just throw some things in a bag and we'll get whatever you need when we get there.
Jared, I can't go.
Well, what? Why not?
Amy's really sick, and I have to take care of her, and Lauren.
Well, just can't you ask Vincent to babysit?
Well, also, I've been grounded at work.
Excuse me?
My supervisor's mad at me because of a little proactive maneuver I instigated, and he's put me on desk duty for a while. There's not a chance he'd give me the time off.
So he's going to punish you? Oh, come on, Maxine. No, he can't do that. Well, the whole department would collapse without you.
He's really mad at me, Jared. I like my job. I wouldn't enjoy it anyway. I'd be too guilty.
I don't suppose China will be going anywhere.
Grandma! I can't find the toothpaste.
I'll be right up, honey.
Are you kissing my grandma?
Oh, I was about to, yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Try to miss me.
I'll work on it.
Judge Gray really appreciates you filling in for her.
We have a fairly light docket, Judge Brazil. 4 mini trials, 2 neglect cases, then a short break before 2 custody cases.
I don't take breaks.
What about lunch?
I'll grab a cup of coffee and some melon balls on the bench. Will you arrange for that, please?
Yes, sir.
Do I look like the kind of man that would turn away good advice?
I really couldn't say, sir.
Well, I'm not. So feel free to speak up.
Well, sir, since you asked, juvenile neglect cases can be pretty draining.
When I sat in the criminal court dealing with grown-up crime, I looked in the eyes of a dozen psychopaths before I read the paper, and lo, they knew fear. So I hope you're not offended that I'm rejecting your advice.
Not at all. So, you'd like me to add another 6 cases to your docket?
Despite your ludicrous height, I find I like you.
As the sun grows warm, we reveal our true natures, stashing away our gray and green and brown flannels
I
in
love you,
favor of
and I don't
blanket.
want you to take the job and move away.
Vincent, we're in the air.
I don't care.
More
Tell the whole world. I don't want the woman I love to move across the country.
This time of day, we have about a dozen listeners.
Hey. Why don't we wear the colorful clothes in the winter? When our eyes meet.
I'm an idiot, obviously, which you know already. And I didn't do what I should have done before, but I'm doing it now. I think you're terrific. You're beautiful, and you're smart, and you get me, which is not easy. I mean, you make it look easy, and the thought of you moving away, it's wrong.
Vincent,
Please, no. I know you're gonna say that I'm too late, but I'm not. I'm not too late. I want to be with you, Carol, every day. And if we're on opposite coasts, then it's retarded.
Vincent,
please, I don't care if you've already accepted the offer. Phone them up and tell them that you changed your mind because somebody is so in love with you that he'll die if you move away. And he should have said something when it first came up, but he didn't because he's a moron. They'll understand if you tell them you're in love with a moron.
I love you too, and I want us to be together, but I'm taking that job.
Carol.
No, you're not too late. It has nothing to do with your timing. It's a great job, and I'm gonna take it. I'm the one with bad timing, because when I first told you about the job, I should have asked you what I'm gonna ask you now. Come with me.
Come with you.
Yeah, why not?
I can't just move. I live here. I have stuff here.
You know, they make these really big trucks.
Here's the paperwork on that, Judge Frizzell.
DCF requested the original OTC.
That was based on a CHS mistake.
In conjunction with the OTC, DCF is requesting a PPS until a permanent foster care situation can be found.
Wait, just hold up, everybody. What the hell are they talking about?
The Department of Children and Families requested an order for temporary custody. The social workers took the foster children away from Lady in the wheelchair.
Why?
That's what we're here to find out.
Oh. Mr. Yorkin, why did you people take the children away from the woman in the wheelchair?
One of our FASUs, in accordance with FAFAS guidelines, concluded that because of
A foster and adoption service unit from the Foster Adoptive Family Assessment System.
Case in point, 2-year-old Sophie nearly drowned in the bathtub.
My full strength isn't back. I lost my grip, but I'm getting stronger every day.
While we admire Mrs. Pierce's determination, our job is to protect the children.
My client is in the process of adopting these children. If the DCF extends the OTC, then KFAP will demand a PPT, and you know what that means.
Frankly, I have stopped caring. What do the kids want?
With all due respect, Your Honor, it's irrelevant at their age.
They love me. They want to live with me. Just because my legs don't work, is that any reason to pull apart my family?
Are you completely miserable?
You'll be delighted to know I am.
Well, every now and then it's good for you to remember what the administrative side of this job is like.
Well, I like the administrative side. There's no blood or tears or pain. I find it soothing, like ironing or balancing my checkbook.
Then why are you miserable?
Blame it on China.
China. Not the country?
It's personal.
How can China be personal?
I had an opportunity to go to China, and then I ran afoul of you. So instead of being in China with the man I love, I'm stuck at this desk. That's why I'm miserable. May I go back to work now? Please don't tell me you would have let me go to China.
Of course I would have. You deserve some time off. Why didn't you say something? Am I so unreasonable a boss you couldn't ask for a few days off to go to China? God, I suck at this job.
Sean, I am not going to comfort you when I'm the one that didn't get to go to China. Sean, you are a good boss. It's my fault for not asking. Sometimes I can be stubborn as an old ox. You did the right thing.
God, Maxine. China.
I woke up because I heard my mother screaming, and I smelled something bad, and it hurt.
What hurt, Susie?
My arms and hands. I was on fire. I didn't know a person could burn.
You're a very brave young girl.
Where was your mother?
She was putting her coat over me, trying to put out my arms and hands.
Your Honor, since she lost her job and apartment 9 months ago, Mrs. Williams and her daughter have been living in her car.
Both of them living in the car.
My client made every effort to rescue her child, sustaining some serious burns herself.
And the car was on fire.
When Mrs. Williams fell asleep smoking, Your Honor.
It was an accident. I look for work all day, but when you don't have an address, it was an accident.
DCF has filed a petition of neglect and request immediate removal.
No, please. Please. I quit smoking.
But you still live in a car.
I like the car. I love my mother.
Judge Mazzell, you want to take a 15-minute recess? 15-minute recess.
We need our guest room back. I thought green would be nice. We can stick a bookshelf along this wall. You're home early.
I just came from a meeting with Aaron.
Why? Are you looking into a divorce?
I wasn't seeing him about us. I want Ned back.
No, Peter. I won't go through it.
You don't understand. I'm not asking. I want my son back. And if I have to raise him as a single father, then that's what I'm prepared to do.
You'd sacrifice our marriage? Peter, losing Ned, I can't bear that much pain again. Even the thought of it, I just can't.
I've been so angry at you, Jillian. I can barely look at you. It's killing me, and it's killing our marriage.
Angry? Why?
We gave up Ned without a fight.
It was a fight we couldn't win.
I know it was. And I let you convince me it would be better for Ned to let him go. Maybe you were right, I don't know. But when I agreed, I was definitely wrong. I should have fought to the death for our son, and I couldn't live with the fact that we didn't. But we have another chance. And if I don't take it, I won't be able to live with myself or with you. It's that simple. So, I'm gonna get my son back. And, the only question is, are you gonna be there too?
Why didn't you tell me you felt this way right from the start?
Because I love you, and I let that shut everything else out. But
What if Evie changes her mind again?
then we'll take Ned, and we'll run away to South America. I don't know. But Ned's my son, and I won't give him up. Not a second time.
Judge Mazzell.
Kids on fire. Kids want the mothers back. Mothers.
I'm sorry I was unable to add more cases to the docket, so we're done for today.
Thank you.
We'll do better tomorrow.
Okay, Sean, here is the subacute census tracking report. Stanford got their numbers in late, so that'll be an addendum. What's happened?
I just took a message from Jared Duff's son, Charles.
I have very little interest in anything that Charles has to say.
Mr. Duff's plane is overdue in Honolulu. Quite a lot overdue, Maxine.
Well, what about radar or radio?
The plane's disappeared from radar. There's been no radio contact. I'm gonna drive you home, Maxine.
Nonsense, I can drive myself home. Planes are overdue all the time.
Maxine, I'm gonna drive you home.
Yes, that might be best.
When was the last radio contact? And where was that? Did they report any problems? Weather, mechanical difficulties? Is it possible they just went off course? I see. Well, just please call us as soon as you know anything. Oh, okay. Thank you.
I have to make this soup for Amy. She hasn't eaten all day. You don't have to stay, Sean. It's been a long day, and you need to get home. I have to make this.
I don't mind staying.
She hasn't eaten all day.
Evie. Come in.
That won't be necessary.
Okay. Well, here he is. He's got 2 teeth.
Evie. Thank you.
Hey. Reading girly stuff?
Yeah. Yeah, that's it.
Center.
Yeah, there's a really good section in there on introducing solid foods.
I wanted
want to go.
So,
What?
well, I just wanted to say that I know I've been incredibly bitchy about stuff. I can't blame you for not wanting to pull up stakes and risk everything on a cross-country move with the world's most domineering woman, even if she is a little fun and smart and thinks you're fabulous. I mean, who wants to put all their eggs in that kind of a basket? It's a very cranky, opinionated basket. And I can't blame you for not wanting to go with me, except you just said that...
I want to go with you.
You do?
I love the basket.
But what about your family?
Time for a different family. You, me, San Francisco, brand new people, brand new problems. Really good bread.
Wow. I never thought you'd say yes.
You want to take it back?
No. Wow. So we're really gonna do this grown-up thing?
Yeah. Will you go with me to tell my family?
Right now?
Maybe a lot later.
What happened? I brought you some soup.
Talk about weird dreams. It's like an acid flashback. If I'd ever done acid, which I haven't, friends told me about it.
Eat this soup. You need some food in your body.
Did I hear male voices downstairs, or was that part of the dream?
Sean Potter drove me home. I made him some tea.
I thought it might be Jared.
No. Eat your soup.
Mom, can you quiz me on my spelling words?
Lauren, I've told you 100 times to leave your mother alone. Don't be a pest.
But I have a test tomorrow.
I will quiz you.
You're too grumpy.
I promise not to be grumpy.
Mom, is everything okay?
Everything is fine. Eat.
I can't sit up.
I'll get it.
Let Mr. Potter get it.
Mom, I can tell when something is upsetting you.
Amy, I'm fine. I've had a long day at work, and it's difficult to take care of everybody and be all happy and pleasant about it, and I'm a little overwhelmed.
Oh, Ma, tell me.
There is nothing to tell.
Why is Sean here?
Open up.
I can feed myself.
Grandma, it's for you.
Who is it?
That man.
What man?
The one who was kissing you.
Jared?
Jared?
Oh, yeah, I know. I should have called first. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. We thought you were gone.
Well, I was gone.
We thought you were dead.
You thought what?
They said your plane was missing and you were supposed to be in Honolulu and they said you were missing.
No. I had engine trouble, so we turned around. I didn't want to take any chances.
No.
But I'm here now. I'm here. Everything's all right. Everything's okay. Everything's okay.
I should probably go now. Take the morning off, Maxine.
Hey. You want to get married?
Oh, that's not fair.
Well, I just figured it was worth a shot.
Yeah.
All right, Horizon.
Horazen?
Try again.
Am I close?
Nope.
Morning.
Morning.
Jared.
Oh, how are you, Vincent?
I'm fine. I'm fine. Well, this is Carol.
Oh. Hello, Carol.
Hi.
Is my mom around?
Yo, she's still sleeping. She had a hard night last night.
Oh?
She thought I was dead.
Really?
Want some tea?
Sure.
Huh. So, what brought you out so early this morning?
We just had something to talk to my mom about.
Huh.
Good morning.
Morning, Amy.
See, I knew something was going on.
Nothing's going on.
You want some tea?
Sure.
You feeling better?
Yeah, much.
Horizen.
Closer. Try again.
What's going on? I get sick for 2 days and nothing makes any sense.
Yeah, we got any Pop-Tarts?
Ooh, that sounds good. Thanks, Jared. Hey, Munchkin.
Hi, Mom.
Why didn't anyone wake me?
You needed to sleep. You want some tea?
Sure. Why is everyone here?
I don't know.
I'll make some eggs.
Oh, no. You go sit down, relax.
No trouble at all.
If anyone's going to make eggs, it's going to be me.
No, Jared, really.
Morning. Everyone ready for a pleasant surprise?
Why not?
Coming up next on TNT's Prime Time in the Daytime, a case focuses on a suicidal mother. Judging Amy is next on TNT.
What's 7 times 6?
42.
Mom, don't tell her.
But my homework is late.
Well, whose fault is that?
Katie's?
Why?
She was supposed to get here early to help me with it, but she has the flu.
Katie has the flu? Yes, she just called. The flu is and she can't take care of Lauren? Yes, that flu.
Oh, man.
What's 8 times 12?
I have no idea. I don't.
Great. It's just great. Oh, Mom, these cups are all chipped. So we have these dishes. Are we paupers? Don't we deserve decent china?
I can look after Lauren this afternoon if that's what's troubling you.
Everything's troubling me. Lauren hasn't finished her homework and Katie's not here, and I was supposed to go out of town, but I guess I can't.
Out of town? Why?
To be on TV.
On Nickelodeon?
No. It's a syndicated talk show.
What do they want you to talk about?
Summer fashion trends, Mom. But what do you think? Pros and cons of the juvenile justice system. I'm the pro. But I only told them maybe, and I don't really want to do it, so this is probably a good excuse.
Amy, you have to do it.
Well, I'm a judge, Mom. I'm not allowed to have political opinions.
But this is an important issue. The juvenile justice system is in serious danger of going away.
Well, that's political, and I can't comment.
Then why do they want you?
Exactly. It's a resource, I guess.
Well, you have to go and be a resource, and then find ways to slip your opinion in.
You're trying to get me impeached? I'd have to stay overnight.
I have a light schedule.
Mommy, you should do it. Nobody else's mom is on TV.
Amy, they're professionals. They can cover up that zit.
33-year-old Bonnie Manning is married to 45-year-old Philip Manning. He's been living in the house for a year. Bonnie has 2 children from a previous marriage, including the victim, 5-year-old Janie.
How'd they find us?
Emergency room. Janie was brought in with vaginal tearing just before midnight yesterday. The rape kit showed no semen, but there were traces of spermicide, probably from a condom.
Did the police question the stepfather?
Mm-hmm. No one has the least idea how this could have happened. Mr. Manning says he went into Janie's bedroom to make sure she was tucked in and found blood.
Where was Mom?
Out with friends.
No one's spoken with Janie yet. Good. What's your thinking?
Sarah's our best when it comes to the little ones.
So you were married for 8 years, you've been divorced for 2, and you're looking to adjust the visitation schedule for your 9-year-old daughter, Susan. Are these particulars accurate?
Yes.
Good. Now, can I ask what you hope to achieve through this mediation?
An objective, informed opinion on how we can best serve our daughter.
Mrs. Crawford?
He thinks Susan should spend more time with him.
We're not interested in doing a lot of finger pointing. Our daughter Susan is a flighty kid.
She's been diagnosed with ADHD.
What Susan needs is structure, rules, and limits. And she's not getting any of that from her mother's house.
It is true that I've never been a disciplinarian.
When you say structure, you mean?
For instance, a set time for homework in a quiet place with no television in the background, no endless access to sugar and junk food, and a sensible bedtime.
She wears me down on everything. I hate arguing with her, and she knows it. It's not her fault, really, that I cave in.
And she's not able to wear you down?
I don't wear her down.
So that doll is you. Janie, can you show me where you were hurt when you went to the hospital? And who took you to the hospital?
Philip?
Can you show me? Janie, I'd like to talk about what happened before Philip took you to the hospital.
You know what I miss? I miss the good old days, when if a suspect didn't tell you what you wanted to hear, you whacked him over the head with a phone book. Of course, that doesn't work very well with 5-year-old sexual abuse victims.
Detective Fraser's kidding. She has a very dry sense of humor.
I'm gonna split, Maxine.
Me too.
Is it politically correct to offer you a push?
The only reason you even have the guts to offer is that you carry a gun.
Can you show me? You don't have to say anything, Janie. Just show me with the dolls what happened to you. You were asleep on your bed?
We got him.
Fran, wait.
Jonathan, she picked up the doll. How fast can we issue a warrant for Philip Manning's arrest?
Wait.
Yes, Maxine.
Look at the doll.
Are you sure that's the right doll?
Oh, my God.
Not the stepfather. It's her brother.
Vincent, I have a headache.
Please.
Fine. Wear the jacket. A man can't go wrong with a jacket to meet his agent.
I can't. I only have one jacket. I wore it last time. Mom. And Lauren with her overnight bag.
I have an emergency. Amy's in New York. Katie has the flu. Something big has come up at work. I'm invoking your responsibilities as an uncle.
Mom, I can't. I gotta meet my agent tonight.
It's an invocation, Vincent. It's binding. I'm sorry. You were born on the hottest day of the year. 19 hours of labor. They wanted to use forceps, but I refused.
I could have been paralyzed.
You know how I hate to use that.
If you do this for me, I will never ask you for wardrobe advice again.
How old are you again?
8.
I can work with that.
Detective Fraser, would you please tell us why we're here?
I think maybe Robert knows, don't you, Robert?
No.
Do you know what DNA evidence is, Robert?
You mean like from blood?
I thought the doctors didn't find semen.
Yeah, but the little perv doesn't know that. If he's even old enough to produce any.
Jonathan, we might all like you better if you didn't enjoy this so much.
No, not just blood. Any bodily fluid. Blood, saliva, semen. We took a sample of spit from the edge of your glass earlier.
Wait a minute, you can't do that.
Is there something you want to tell your mother, Robert?
Okay, I'm taking him home right now. He's not under arrest. I will take him home.
Okay, here's the way it works, Robert. You're paying attention? In a few minutes, somebody's going to come in that door and tell me if your spit matches what we found on Janie's underwear.
Maxine, she's lying to him.
Now, the moment I read that lab report, it's out of my hands. I'm required by law to formally arrest you.
I think I hear my cue.
This is coercion.
Detective Fraser is experienced in adult interrogation. Remind her the rules are different for children.
Success makes a lot of people uncomfortable. Failure feels worse.
Right now, we're just people talking in a room. But with a formal arrest, it is all lawyers and judges and, well, to be honest, jail. I don't think you'd like jail, Robert.
My God, Maxine.
She doesn't get it.
He's a child. This is crazy. How can you say that?
Here are the lab results, Detective Fraser.
Oh my God, what's happening?
Robert?
Wait. If I admit it was me, what happened?
No, Robert.
If you tell us what happened willingly, it goes on your record. Who knows? Maybe we can work something out, keep this from going to trial.
No, I want a lawyer for my son. He didn't do it.
Yes, I did. I hurt Janie. Sorry, Mom. Sorry.
Robert Valdez, you're under arrest for the rape of Jane Valdez.
Give me a rehearse on camera 2. With the title.
Now, Bill will introduce you and the other guest, and then he'll say school shootings, juvenile violence, blah, blah, blah. What's the answer? Now, you'll both have a chance to comment, and Bill will interrupt you about 20 times each.
And the other guest is,
Congressman Howlett.
Oh, God. He's really conservative, isn't he?
But you're prettier.
Well, he realizes I'm a judge, right? I have to stick to legal issues. I really can't discuss politics.
I'm sure you'll be fine. Now, your call time is 6 a.m. Yeah, I know, but you can do your own hair, and they'll just touch it up if it needs anything. Don't wear plaid because it'll strobe. Is that a pimple on your chin? Come on, I'll show you where makeup is.
What's the problem? It took Detective Fraser less than 20 minutes to get a confession.
She terrified a 12-year-old boy.
He should be terrified. He raped his sister.
You people slay me. That bit with the underpants was brilliant. We should be drinking champagne and toasting this woman.
There's a very good chance a judge will disallow the confession.
Because I lied to the boy.
Yes, and pressured him.
He was apprised of his rights. There was an interested adult in the room with him.
If Robert was an adult, your tactics would be acceptable. But children are more easily coerced, and juvenile court judges take that into account.
Peggy did exactly...
Jonathan. I'm sorry.
Oh, crap, they got you. It's like invasion of the body snatchers around here. Are we going to at least put this kid in jail? Considering, after all, he did rape his 5-year-old sister? Oh, apparently we think a good talking to might be enough.
Where does a 12-year-old boy get the idea to rape a 5-year-old girl?
Been for a cruise on the internet lately?
Most underage molesters have been molested themselves.
The boy wore a condom. It's learned behavior.
The stepfather?
According to the police report, Mr. and Mrs. Manning used condoms as their preferred form of birth control.
Hey, I'd love it. I mean, it'd be quite a feather in our cap to snag a kitty diddler.
Jonathan, if you weren't already in a wheelchair, I would feel a distinct urge to put you into one myself.
Sticking a child in jail, that's a tragedy, right? Getting a child molester, that's the bomb.
We've actually met before, Alan. I interviewed you for NPR on transmogrification of genre.
Ah, yes, I recall. You were very animated. No, I mean it in a good way. I.e., energetic, not obnoxious. Have you read Vincent's pages?
Yes, I thought they were wonderful.
I found them very interesting.
Interesting.
Gets off to a slow start. My suggestion would be that you cut it by at least a third.
What?
You need to hit the ground running. All the setup with the rabbi and his son, especially those years in Yonkers. It's a bit ponderous.
Ponderous.
Oh, Carol, it's okay. Actually, Alan, I was thinking of it as kind of an epic, so naturally it would be long.
Epics don't sell.
They don't? So I guess Cold Mountain was a freak thing?
Yes, it was. I think the son should tell the father he's going to be a stockbroker in the first 10 pages.
But no one would know who the guys are. What's at stake? I mean, good storytelling depends on letting the audience know who the characters are before you break their heart, right?
My advice would be make it shorter, add a few women characters, and cut the flashbacks.
Look, I know I don't get paid for my opinion, but I think you really missed what Vincent is trying to do here.
Carol.
No, this is a wonderful, compelling story about a father who has devoted his entire life to God and the spiritual path, only to watch his son turn his back on it. For what? A Ferrari and a cell phone? I mean, Vincent's not trying to get on Oprah's book club.
Oh, God forbid.
He's trying to say something meaningful and important here, and for you to discourage him is... All I can say is it's a good thing Tolstoy wasn't your client, or Anna Karenina would have ended up a supermarket romance novel.
Anna Karenina was the supermarket romance novel of its day. Why do you think it's endured? Carol, I'm sure you're adept at reaching a small, devoted audience. I have bigger plans for Vincent.
Our problem isn't agreeing on the rules, it's enforcing them.
What am I supposed to do? Grab her and drag her to her room?
If that's what it takes.
Even if I did, she'd just come right back out.
And that's why hardware stores sell locks.
And it's why we're here. Lock a child in her room, is that right?
Yes. You know, I'm tough. Okay, sometimes I lock Susan in her room. Sometimes I ground her. Hell, sometimes I spank her.
Sometimes he doesn't feed her.
Because I'm not interested in being a friend, all right? I'm a parent. I was a wild kid. My dad kept us in line, his fist and his belt.
Those were different times.
I know that. Look, I'm not justifying everything that my father did, but I am saying he wasn't completely wrong. Do you have kids?
A daughter.
Do you know what it's like for African Americans, huh? 10 times as hard. The whole world wants her to fail. It's an endless fight that she fights every day, and it's a tough fight. I know it, but damn it, my daughter is going to grow up with a sense of self-discipline and focus that will allow her to buck the odds and succeed, like I did, like you did. Now you look me in the eye and you tell me I'm wrong.
Well, I'll say one thing for you people. You're brash. I mean, the way you got my client to confess, you have to know that my first motion will be to have that confession disallowed.
Yeah, we're weeping with remorse. The thing is, he did confess. And even if the judge disallows the confession, it'll still be in the back of his mind.
I'll see you in court.
Wait, Mr. Lawrence. We believe that Robert himself is a victim of molestation.
You know what's wrong with places like Sanctuary House? They can become witch hunt factories.
We're still finding our way. We might stumble a few times, I admit that possibility, but can we, for the moment, stay focused on Robert Valdez?
All right.
We have the testimony of the little sister. We found traces of the same spermicide on Robert's penis. We're still gonna win.
Jonathan, stop talking right now.
We want to get whoever it was who molested Robert.
What does my client get in return?
No time in detention, a suspended sentence, and counseling.
But only if the boy gives up the identity of the man who molested him.
All right, but I'm sitting at his elbow, and there are no further questions about what happened between him and his sister.
Agreed, but you'll sit in the corner, out of his eye line.
Robert. We don't think what happened was absolutely, completely your fault. We think something happened to you.
Like what?
We think maybe you were abused. Sexually.
Do I have to talk to her?
It's okay.
If a man did things to you, you should tell us.
That's sick. You have a sick mind.
Robert, it's not gay. If someone with power over you, say, came to your room at night.
I don't want to talk to her.
Let's take a break.
What the hell just happened?
He's not ready to admit he was molested. He's ashamed. He's not going to talk with Peggy about it.
Well, then you've got to try.
What?
You want to get this guy or not? Because we don't have much time. That lawyer's going to pull the plug. That kid's mother will get wise to what we're doing. You've got to try.
All right. Give me your change. I need coins, a lot of them. Come on.
All right, we're back in 5, 4, 3, 2.
And we're back with Connecticut Congressman Sam Howlett, joined now by Judge Amy Gray, a juvenile court judge from Hartford. First of all, I just have to say that you don't look anything like anyone's idea of a judge. And I'm sure you must hear that a lot.
Well, I'm not wearing my robes.
Now, when you were the homecoming queen at high school, were you thinking, I have to study really hard because someday I want to be a judge?
I wasn't really the type.
Well, now my research tells me you were senior homecoming queen.
Well, yes, but that was based on academics as well as, why are we talking about this?
I'm sorry. Obviously, I'm digressing. But I'm sure a lot of people are wondering. School violence, the juvenile justice system. Judge Gray, Congressman Howlett's bill would give prosecutors the authority to move violent felony cases into adult court without judicial review, which in most cases would throw someone like yourself right out of the loop. Bad idea?
Well, I really can't comment on a bill while it's in committee, but currently, yes, there is a judicial review in which a prosecutor would have to prove to a judge that a child should be tried as an adult.
The word child is being misapplied. These are psychopaths.
Legally speaking, Congressman, anyone under the age of 16 is a child.
Really? Is someone who hacks his grandmother to death with a machete a child? Is someone who takes an automatic weapon to church and mows down the choir a child?
Good question, Congressman. And we'll pick up there, right after these messages.
We're out, back as soon.
Great job.
Robert? I'm Maxine Gray.
So now I gotta talk to her?
It's okay.
I brought all this change in case you need a soap. Dear. The machine doesn't take bills.
My mom doesn't let me drink soda.
Oh, that's smart. It's too much sugar for your blood and bad for your teeth. Thank you, Robert. There are people behind that mirror watching us.
I know.
It's just that they're watching me too. So if I seem a little nervous, that's why.
You gonna ask me something?
Like what?
about what's going on.
I'm a social worker, Robert. I'm more interested in whether you got any sleep last night, if you're getting enough to eat.
Well, I'm okay, I guess.
I've been to detention. It's not a very nice place. Noisy, cold.
Maybe I deserve it. Are they gonna find out about this at my school?
Are you concerned about what your friends might think?
Well, it's not normal, right?
It's good that you understand what you did isn't normal, Robert.
They won't let me talk to Janie.
What would you say to your little sister if she was here? If it's the right kind of message and it's all right with your lawyer, I could pass it on.
Just... sorry.
Do you need to know how anyone else in your family's doing?
I guess my mom hates me now.
It's hard what she's going through. Your stepfather's...
What?
I'm just not sure he's helping. The way he can be. I'm sure you know. You live with him.
Excuse me.
Yes.
Isn't this Maxine Gray's desk?
God, I hope so. Otherwise, I'm stealing from somebody else. Maxine's tied up with something big at Sanctuary House. Yeah, I'm not really stealing from her. She tends to stockpile, which is against the rules, so when she's gone, Can I help you?
I'm Bruce Van Exel. Judge Gray, CSO.
Oh, yeah, of course. Sean Potter. We met at that thing.
I just wanted to ask Maxine's advice. I'll check back later.
Well, supposedly I'm Maxine's boss, so maybe I can help you.
No, it's just I'm conducting a custody mediation, and it's nothing.
Do you have something you want to report?
No.
Because that's what we do here, you know. Investigate.
No thanks anyway. Sorry to bother you.
Thank you for coming in front of the parole board.
I'm really, really sorry I rubbed the quickie mark, and I won't ever do it again.
Well, you have been a model prisoner, but what will you do when you leave here?
I'm going to go on a synchronated talk show. Also, I'll get a puppy.
But what will you do for the good of society?
Nothing.
You're honest. We like that.
Hey! I got up early. So, what are we all doing?
Donna and I are playing parole board babes, and Uncle Vincent is cutting his novel to shreds.
No, not really. I was venting a little.
You losing all the Yonker stuff?
Yeah, Alan's right. It slows things down.
I didn't think so. I loved it.
Well, you don't have to sell the thing.
You're just gonna do what he says.
You made some good points.
What? I don't know. Yesterday when you gave me your pages, you seemed really happy with what you had written.
Yeah, I still am. I just want less of it.
So much for artistic integrity.
Come on, I'm not selling out.
Then trust your instincts. I do.
Carol, no offense, but you really need to keep out of this.
Okay, I'm out.
So, Judge Amy, would you like to enumerate your problems on Congressman Howlett's juvenile crime bill?
Well, I could give you a few statistics.
I prefer to deal with people.
If I could finish. The juvenile system was first established by a group of enlightened individuals who realized
That would depend on how you define enlightened.
if I could finish, who realized that children are not adults.
Do children set cats on fire? Do children desecrate Jewish cemeteries? Do children rape other children?
If I could finish, that children are not adults. They don't bear the same culpability for their actions.
Well,
and
maybe if they did, juvenile crime would drop.
Let me finish.
Yes, Amy?
You politicians, you feed this hysteria for quick and easy solutions. Well, these are our children. And in my opinion, as a juvenile court judge, anyone who uses them as political fodder for some self-serving, cynical law and order platform, what is wrong with you? Yes, I could tell you stories. A child kills her stepfather. A child blows his sister's head off with a shotgun. A white child kills a black child in a fist fight. A child brings a .38 to school. Now, you would have all these children tried as adults in criminal court. But I can tell you, I have looked into their faces, not at statistics or tabloid news clippings, as close as I am to you. And they are as obviously children as you are an opportunistic demagogue.
Congressman Howlett, I'd say Judge Amy just slayed your ass on TV.
Please refer to me as Judge Gray.
Of course. And I apologize, Judge Gray. And we'll be right back.
We're out.
Better!
Where did you find her? How did you feel when Philip came to live with you?
Mom was happy.
What about you?
She didn't know him very long. He made me be his best man.
That's a nice gesture, isn't it? Including you in the wedding.
He was just sucking up. He knew I didn't like him. It was better before.
Robert, what changed? Not now.
I'm sorry, Maxine, but Mrs. Manning demanded to see you for some.
What's going on in here?
Everything's fine, Bonnie.
Robert? What are they making you say?
Nothing.
Bonnie, as I've explained, we are not discussing any incidents that may or may not have happened, nor the nature of any misunderstandings.
What does that gobbledygook mean?
Bonnie.
He is my son, and I demand to know what is going on.
Bonnie.
Don't worry, Mom. I'm not saying anything. My mom kind of freaked out.
She's worried about you. I'm sure she always puts your welfare first.
Not always.
I have a son. 2, in fact. Peter and Vincent. Peter was a good baby and a good child and a good teenager. And now he's a good man.
What about the other one?
Oh, well. Vincent is, Well, when he was 4 years old, he started my car with a screwdriver and smashed into our garage. Let's just say that things went downhill from there.
But he never did anything like me.
Robert, are you worried that your mother won't love you anymore? Because of what happened?
No. Not from Janie.
Then from something to do with your stepfather?
I don't get why she wants him.
Robert, there are all kinds of love. If she had to pick between you and Philip right now, who do you think she'd pick?
I was the man of the house. That's what she said. Now Philip's the man of the house. She'd pick him.
When something bad happens to a child at the hands of an adult, it is never the child's fault.
I don't feel like a child.
Where did you get the condom, Robert? How did you even know where Philip kept his condoms? Did he show you? Robert, when an adult has sexual relations with a child, it is always the adult's fault. Always.
Even if the child really wants to.
A child is especially confused if what happens feels good. But it isn't good, is it, Robert? It's not a good thing.
We're not supposed to talk about me and Janie.
We are not talking about you and Janie. That's the rule. That's our agreement. We are talking about you and someone else. There's something that you want to tell me, I think. Who did those things to you? Atta girl, Maxie. You used Philip's condom.
I count them. He uses them with my mother. Now he's the man of the house. I used to be the man of the house. Now it's Philip.
Philip took your place.
Yes.
So you know where the condoms are kept? Because they used to be your condoms.
You can't have a baby with your mother or it might be retarded.
Oh my God.
Sorry. It's not your fault, Robert. It's never the child's fault.
I don't want you to keep your mouth shut.
Excuse me?
I respect your opinion. I always have. It's just things are different.
What's different?
If I'm gonna go with you to San Francisco.
Yep. Is that why you haven't told your family? It's an if situation?
No, I am going. I don't want to go as a burden. It would be totally selfish of me to write an artsy book that 11 people are going to read while you work your butt off to pay the rent. So if Alan says that this book is uncommercial, I have a responsibility to make it commercial.
Vincent, unlike your agent, I believe in your talent and I believe in this idea. And I would be honored to support you while you write it.
And what if you spend years supporting me and it turns out to be completely unpublishable?
Well, then I'll allow you to sell out.
You'll lose all respect for me.
We'll be old then. My standards will be lower. Besides, if you don't have to spend tonight rewriting, we could think of something more fun to do.
I have a sudden strong urge to protect my artistic integrity.
You're saying that my son raped my daughter because he was sexually molested?
Did he say who did it?
Yes, he did.
Oh, God. I know the kid resents me, but I never thought he'd go to these lengths.
It's not you I've issued a warrant for, Mr. Manning.
Robert resents you because you took what he perceives to be his rightful place.
You mean that whole man of the house thing?
Bonnie Manning, I'm placing you under arrest for the sexual molestation of a minor.
What?
You have the right to remain silent.
I will not remain silent. What did he tell you? I demand to see my son.
Oh, God, Bonnie.
Philip! This is insane. I'm his mother. What is wrong with you people?
Mrs. Manning, you need to listen to me as I read you your rights. Anything you say
raped
can
me.
and will be used
Just like
against you in
Janie.
a court of law.
I'm his mother, so I tried to protect him, but there's something wrong with him. He's a pervert, and he raped me. I tried to protect him. I'm his mother, and he raped me. Philip! I tried to protect my boys, my son! He raped me!
Hey, Bruce. Fancy running into you here.
Dangerous talking when you got a ball coming at you at 90 miles an hour. How'd you find me?
I got sources all over town.
Down at Kozlowski Pants.
Here's the thing. My God. I have the distinct impression you have something to tell me. So I thought if we could meet on neutral ground, you might... Do you ever miss?
Put your weight on your back leg. Put your shoulder up. Keep your eye on the ball.
So, you discovered something during the course of mediation. You're afraid that if you tell me, you're going to violate some kind of confidentiality. No, you strike me as the kind of guy who agonizes over stuff like that. Which means you're a good guy. But I want you to think I was sitting at DCF thinking ill of you.
I don't give a damn what you think of me.
Okay.
It's not just a confidentiality thing.
What else is there?
Couple's African American.
Oh. I'm white.
No kidding.
No, I mean, I understand. I represent the man. Ratting out your fellow African Americans to a white-dominated system, that kind of thing. I get it.
Time's up.
Well, thanks for the batting tips.
Look, the thing is, the guy in the mediation, I liked him. He made a few good points, but...
It's all a matter of degrees, Bruce. That's why we investigate. We're good at it. Tell you what, I'll leave the names of a couple black DCF workers on your voicemail.
Hey, white guy. Wanna grab a beer?
Okay.
What are you doing, Ma?
Pretending I'm at a Greek wedding.
What happened?
How was your day?
I don't really want to talk about it. Tomorrow at this time, I might be impeached, so I hope you can make the mortgage without me.
Hoppa.
How much wine have you had?
I had one sip, and it tasted like acid to me, so I thought I'd look at our plates. Then I thought, Amy is right. We deserve better. We shouldn't have to live like this.
What's wrong, Ma?
My battlements were breached, I guess. The barbarians got through and sacked the monastery.
So you started smashing our china?
I can't give you the details, honey. It's just that there are people in this world who can make the things that are most beautiful to me repugnant and grotesque. And when that happens, I lose myself, and I forget that I'm a decent human being.
That's okay, Mom. I've got other people to remember that for you. Don't you? That's enough. Smashing. Okay.
On that lonesome climb, ragged and sublime, see how bright we shine.
Coming up next on TNT's Prime Time in the Daytime, the drama explodes when a lawyer has a heart attack in court. Judging Amy is next on TNT.
All right.
The Hawkinses. Welcome back. Seems like just a month ago we were all together.
Your Honor?
Now, before we dive in with accusations, let me just warn you, Miss Donovan, and you, Mrs. Hawkins, that I'd better hear something worth hearing. You cannot simply challenge your ex-husband's joint custody status whenever the mood strikes you. Now, last time the issue was extremely frivolous.
Obviously, we didn't see it that way.
Your accusations of physical abuse centered around junk food and accelerated potty training.
Everyone knows that forcing potty training can lead to very serious problems later in life.
I wanted her to be able to go to school with other kids.
Hang on. We already tried this one. Remember, Mrs. Hawkins, you lost. Now, what do you have for me today?
Your Honor, my client is asking for full custody of 3-year-old Rose and requests that you deny Mr. Hawkins unsupervised visitation.
On what grounds?
Sexual abuse.
What kind of sexual abuse?
Fondling and vaginal intercourse.
Miss Donovan, as you know, these are extremely serious accusations. Have charges been pressed?
Yes, Your Honor, and investigated. The police found no evidence whatsoever. The child's pediatrician says the claims are ludicrous.
That's because it's his friend. He takes Rosie there because they're college buddies.
We have conflicting medical reports, Your Honor. We would like you to hear testimony from another doctor.
And we say this is not worth pursuing. It's a complete waste of time. You know, Mrs. Hawkins has a history of false alarms. Are we really going to drag this man through this?
Well, Mr. Guidry, I would like to agree with you, but if there is a doctor who has found reason to suspect sexual abuse...
You can find a doctor to verify anything.
Mr. Guidry.
I'm sorry, Your Honor.
Well, given the seriousness of the allegations, I'm afraid I have no choice but to, schedule this for a hearing.
Always odd. Kept to herself. Didn't seem to have many friends. Yeah. Where'd you work at night?
We figured her for an exotic dancer.
She didn't seem to have a regular boyfriend.
Turns out she works at the hospital. Late shift. Some kind of nurse.
There was never a specific man, was there? And from what I recall, there needs to be a man.
How long has she had this baby? A couple of months. You could hear it crying through the walls. The walls are paper thin.
But there's no man.
Yes, Miss Powell, I understand that part. And that baby doesn't look any more like her than I do. And nobody ever saw her pregnant.
Are you sure she wasn't pregnant? You say she works nights. How often could you have seen her?
If that baby belongs to her, I'll buy you a dinner.
She's a nurse, see? So we figured she might have taken one from the hospital.
Well, chances are we would have heard about something like that happening. But I will check with the police.
We figured if someone from DCF would just go and talk to her.
I can't really do that unless I have some reason to think she's hurting the baby.
Oh, it cries a lot, the baby, all hours.
And she still goes to that job at night. I see her leave, but I never see a babysitter.
All right. I suppose I can just have a word with her.
There's nice places outside the city, too. Like Walnut Creek, you get a little bit more for your money. I don't know. You know, if I move to a city, I want to be in the city. San Francisco is so beautiful. I'd be happy with a small place, overlooking the bay, of course. Care to weigh in?
You remember the earthquake? Some of those buildings just melted, totally disintegrated.
Are you trying to scare me?
I'm just saying, let's not live in that neighborhood.
She's gone. Ariadne's gone. Someone's taken her. I've looked all over. Who would take my baby?
Calm down. Where'd you have her last?
In the bathroom. My room.
Donna, she's here.
Where?
on your back.
Oh my God. I totally forgot. I put her in there and she fell asleep. Oh, I thought I lost my little peanut. Oh.
You okay?
Me? Yeah. I'm a little nervous. I'm going to the divorce lawyer again. Do you think it would be wrong to take Ariadne? I mean, will she be scarred by this?
I think she'll be fine.
Do you want one of us to go with you?
No. I'll manage. How hard can it be? I mean, people do it all the time, right?
Right.
So, see you later.
You haven't told her anything about the move, have you?
I haven't gotten a chance to tell her yet.
When are you going to?
Soon. Let her get this divorce stuff out of the way.
Divorces take years.
What is the advantage to telling her now? She'll just get upset. Let's put it off to the last possible minute.
Does the same go for your family?
I will tell them.
I thought we were going to tell them.
Actually, I think it's better if I do it. And, I think it's better if I choose when. All right?
Sure. Whatever you think.
I've been Rose Hawkins' doctor for the past 6 months, and I can say I've noticed some serious changes in her health during that time.
What kind of changes?
She's lost some weight, become withdrawn, some problems with bedwetting. But the most serious change is I've noticed redness and irritation in the genital area.
And what conclusion, if any, do you draw from these symptoms?
They're classic signs of sexual abuse.
Objection, Your Honor. Define classic.
Rephrase, Miss Donovan.
In your professional opinion, is Rose Hawkins being sexually abused?
I think so, yes.
Thank you.
Cross, Mr. Guidry.
Dr. Cody, you say that you found redness and irritation on Rose Hawkins' genital area.
That's right.
Any vaginal tearing?
No, but...
Any other sort of muscle or tissue damage?
No, but...
Any sexually transmitted diseases?
No, but she's just...
Herpes, gonorrhea, vaginal warts?
I know what sexually transmitted diseases are, Mr. Guidry, and could you please allow the doctor to finish a sentence?
No, nothing like that, but you have to understand that it is rare for a 3-year-old girl to have any kind of irritation in the genital area. She's barely potty trained. I can't imagine that she's engaged in any kind of strenuous physical activity.
But a mishap on a seesaw or a jungle gym?
I can't see that causing this kind of damage.
But it's possible.
Answer the question.
It's possible.
Thank you. No further questions.
Oh, careful.
Miss Mahaffey, my name is Maxine Gray, and I'm with DCF.
Yes?
I'd like to ask you a few questions if you have a moment.
I was just about to leave for work.
I see. So you have a babysitter here?
I dropped Chelsea off at daycare. What's this about?
Could we sit down? I'm sure you're on your feet enough as it is. I know I am.
Okay.
How old is she?
4 months.
Oh, Capricorn. What day?
January 15th.
Well, not quite 4 months then. Most daycare places won't take a baby that young.
It's actually a relative. What can I do for you?
It's come to our attention that you recently had a baby and you're a single mother. We thought you might need some support.
What kind of support?
We're concerned that you might be leaving the baby alone when you work nights.
Oh my God, this place is crawling with gossips and busybodies. Who was it? Mrs. Paul? She literally puts a glass to the wall.
I'm sure the caller had the best intentions. A lot of people don't know that we offer free
We're
services.
doing fine, and I never leave her alone, ever. Do you want your ball? I tried breastfeeding. It doesn't work for everybody.
I understand. So Chelsea was full term, no complications?
It was fine.
Easy labor?
3 or 4 hours.
Wow. You lucked out.
Maybe it was 5.
What'd she weigh?
8 pounds.
Good weight. Do you happen to have her hospital bracelet? Some people save them as a souvenir.
No, I don't. Why?
If you wanted to register for assistance, we would use that for our records. How about a hospital photograph?
Look, I'm not sentimental. I don't save stuff, and I don't want any assistance. Could you go now?
Yes, I'm going. But don't hesitate to call on us. We know how overwhelming the job of motherhood can be. Yeah.
Hey. How'd it go?
Fine.
Donna, where's Ariadne?
What? Oh, Mrs. Levine has her. She likes to show her the fish in her aquarium.
So everything's on track for the divorce?
Yeah. Everything's fine.
Really?
They're gonna serve him the papers tomorrow. Can you imagine how humiliating that's gonna be for him? I mean, in front of all his friends?
I think once you're in prison, the whole public humiliation quandary is behind you.
It just seems so cheap and cowardly. Some stranger delivering the news to him that way.
That's how it works. You didn't invent the process. Try not to think about it. Listen. There's something I've been meaning to talk to you about. Carol and I have decided. Let me back up a little bit. Carol got a promotion, and a little further back. You know how I'm really serious about Carol?
I have to do it.
What?
I have to serve him the papers myself.
Donna, you don't.
I don't care about some system that, as you say, I didn't invent. I want to do the decent thing. I mean, it's bad enough I'm breaking his heart. I could at least do it in person.
I just don't feel like you need that kind of stress.
And you can go with me.
I definitely don't need that kind of stress.
Oh, what if I promise this is the last really big favor I ever ask of you?
Okay, I will go with you, but that's it. I won't talk to Oscar. I won't get emotionally involved in any way.
Thank you, Vincent. Sometimes I wonder what Ariadne and I would ever do without you.
I was Rose Hawkins' doctor from the time she was born till about 6 months ago. Gave her all her inoculations, checked her weight, charted her growth, examined her for anything out of the ordinary. She was always a very happy, healthy, stable child.
Did you ever see any evidence of sexual abuse?
No, none at all.
And we have to assume you looked for it.
As a pediatrician, part of my job is to check for anything unusual or anything that might raise the antenna, as it were. But with Rose, there was never anything at all. Although, I have to admit that I was always a little... Well, I always considered her mother to be on the nervous side.
Objection.
You've had your say, Miss Donovan. Let the doctor talk.
I just always felt that Mrs. Hawkins was excessively overprotective. She was suspicious of every examination. She hovered over me, questioned every procedure.
He's a friend of my ex-husband, and he's never liked me.
Mrs. Hawkins, you're not part of this interrogation, so please be quiet.
But can't you see how they're ganging up against me?
Ms. Donovan, if your client can't be quiet, she'll be asked to leave the room.
Yes, Your Honor.
Dr. Fillmore, are you in fact a friend of Mr. Hawkins?
No, I'm not. I don't really know him. I mean, we'll occasionally bump into each other at the gym, speak in passing, but we don't socialize.
Then how is it that Mrs. Hawkins has decided that you and her ex-husband are conspiring?
I have no idea.
Thank you.
Oh, Ralph. Did I happen to catch you on a break?
Maxine, I was just about to call you.
Yes, I can see that. But I knew you'd so much rather have me in the flesh.
Just so happens I've got something for you.
Like a lead?
Yes, like a lead. Kidnapping in South Norwalk a month ago, a baby girl. The information didn't stack up because this kid wasn't taken out of a hospital, which is where we were looking. She was taken out of a car at a gas station.
And you figure you'd finish the crossword puzzle before you told me?
It's not my jurisdiction. I have to play nicely with the other police officers. Plus, run a background check on Deborah Mahaffey and collect some medical records. And the bad news is we can't storm this woman's house on a rumor.
Okay. So you ensconce the real parents in one of those surveillance vans. Park in front of the apartment. They identify the baby, and the angels weep for joy.
Maxine, even if we had a warrant, it would take me days to requisition a surveillance van.
Oh, honestly, Ralph. Okay. What if we bring our kidnapper into DCF, and you and the parents just happen to be there?
You're going to get her to come in voluntarily?
Right. You have them there, they make the identification, and that pretty much blows the paperwork out of the water.
How do you get her into DCF?
The way you get anything done in this country. We pay her. You have to give Bibi credit for feeding him well. He's growing like a weed.
I'll tell you what I'd like to give you.
A little mercy and compassion, Peter.
Evie's not gonna take Ned again, is she?
No, she can't. He's ours for good.
I thought Donna was supposed to join us this evening.
She's been completely overwhelmed by this divorce.
Is that actually happening?
Yeah, she saw the letter today.
It's so sad.
I hate to be the naysayer, but I never had much faith in that union.
Prison marriages aren't what they used to be.
It's so nice that you could be here with us this evening, Carol.
Thank you, Mrs. Gray.
I don't suppose you get too many home-cooked meals at Vincent's.
He can do amazing things with tuna. So what's it like living with Donna and the baby? I don't exactly live there, but it's a true adventure. By the time Vincent and I get around to it, we'll know all the tricks.
Do you have something you want to tell us, Vincent?
No, I honestly don't.
Oh, for heaven's sakes, Peter, they're only dating. Don't embarrass them.
Well, I think Vincent would make an adorable father. He's always been great with Ned.
That's because he can return Ned to you.
Believe me, I have this old-fashioned idea that making a living should precede procreation.
Well, I wish more of the population was with you on that.
Well, call me foolishly optimistic, but I think Vincent's novel is going to be a big hit. And then he'll be able to support me in the style to which I've never been accustomed.
You seem to be doing all right.
Yeah, in Hartford. But the cost of living in San Francisco is a little bit different.
San Francisco?
Where's San Francisco?
Carol has dreams of living there one day.
It's a nice city.
We're talking long-term plans.
No, we're not. The fact is, I'm moving there. I got a big promotion. I'm going to be program director at a public radio station.
That's great. When is that happening?
In a couple months, I think.
I'm going with her.
You're moving?
Yeah.
Where's San Francisco?
We were hoping to firm up our plans first. I kind of let it slip.
Well, congratulations. I think it sounds very exciting.
What are you going to be doing in San Francisco?
I'm going to write.
You realize it's impossible to get earthquake insurance there?
Peter, why do you always go to the negative?
I don't go to the negative. I go to the insurance. It's my job.
Our friends, the Johnsons, moved there a few years ago. They have a little cafe in the city, and they absolutely love it. It rains a lot, and it's very beautiful.
Where's San Francisco?
It's in California, Lauren. It's 3,000 miles away.
Oh.
Did everyone get salad?
Hey,
Hey.
Carol and I are gonna get going.
Okay. Bye.
Look, I was gonna tell you.
You don't owe me an explanation. You're a grown-up.
Amy, come on, don't do this.
Do what?
Well, go ahead and say it if you're mad at me. Look, I can't hang around Hartford my whole life. I have plans.
Yeah, and they seem to center around a woman that you've known for, what, 4 months?
Amy.
It's just like when you dropped out of college. No one could tell you it was a bad idea.
Well, it wasn't a bad idea. It was what I needed to do.
You hardly know this woman.
No, Amy, you hardly know her. A situation which could be rectified by her actually trying to talk to her. Or better yet, listen.
Let's just drop this, okay? You don't need my approval to abandon the family.
All right, so long as you remain rational about this.
No. Do what you have to do. Stop pretending that you care what I think about it, all right?
All right, because I don't.
Miss Mahaffey, this is Maxine Gray with DCF. We met the other day. Yeah, I wasn't sure if I mentioned our WICS program for single mothers. Yes, well, did I mention the financial aspect of it? Yeah, you may be eligible for a substantial amount of assistance, and I wanted to be sure you were aware of it. Anywhere from $100 to $200 a week. Well, you'd have to come in and fill in some forms. Yeah. Take about 20 minutes. Of course, you can bring Chelsea with you if you need to. We're always happy to see babies around here. So this afternoon, I'll be here. Goodbye.
You are a very scary person.
Thank you.
Hey, sweetheart. Bring that little girl over here so I can see her.
In a minute, but first I have to tell you something.
Hey, Benson! You hold up that beauty queen! Oh! Prettier than I even remembered.
Oscar, I really need to tell you something. And give you something.
Well, I got some good news for you first. I heard from my lawyer lady yesterday. I got the appeal.
What?
They gave me an appeal. It's gonna happen the next couple of months. Now, my lawyer lady, she says I got a good chance of getting off on a technicality.
What technicality?
Jury tampering. She's as pleased as punch.
But Oscar, you did kill your mother.
Right?
But if you killed your mother, you should be in jail.
There was extenuating circumstances.
Like what?
She was the meanest woman who ever lived. God rest her soul. Oh, come on, babe. Aren't you happy? This is what we've been praying for. We're all gonna be together, you, me, and Aradna. A bona fide family. Now, what did you want to tell me?
Nothing.
I've had a chance to hear expert testimony, and I've reviewed the entire record of this case. I've seen the police reports relating to the alleged sexual abuse, and I've read psychological evaluations on both parents. As we know, this is not the first complaint that Mrs. Kayla Hawkins has put before this court, but it is certainly the most serious. To substantiate a charge of sexual abuse, I really need a lot more evidence than what I've got. The police have investigated and have come up empty. Rose's own pediatrician can find no evidence whatsoever. Only Dr. Cody has suggested that sexual abuse may have taken place, but even in that case, the evidence is underwhelming. Now, I believe that Mrs. Hawkins has created this drama to perpetuate a very nasty and ongoing dispute with her ex-husband. So I'm going to deny Miss Hawkins' request to alter the custody arrangement.
No!
Rose Hawkins will remain in the joint care of her father and mother. Furthermore, I strongly suggest, for the sake of your daughter, that the two of you seek counseling to learn how to peacefully coexist and co-parent. If you're unable to do that, I'll be forced to consider whether either of you is a fit parent. Putting your 3-year-old daughter in the center of an ugly debate is no one's idea of the best interest of the child. So DCF should follow up, and we'll review this in 6 months. And I really want it to be 6 months. Understood?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes, Your Honor. Good. Next case.
You have no idea what you've done. You are killing my baby. You are tearing her apart.
I strongly suspect that you are doing that, Mrs. Hawkins, and it had better stop.
You have no idea.
That is all.
Oh, no.
I don't know. It's difficult to tell. Baby's changed so much at this age.
But it's possible that this is the baby you saw with Deborah Mahaffey.
Yes, it's possible. She has those great big dark eyes.
Do we know for sure Miss Mahaffey's coming in?
She called to confirm. She said 3 o'clock.
What do you need from us, Detective?
Nothing. Just sit tight.
You realize that we'd have to take the baby into custody until DNA tests could be done.
How long would that be?
A week at the most.
Mrs. Gray, Samantha has been gone for 38 days. We've been bracing ourselves for the worst. We'll survive a week.
Let's not get ahead of ourselves. It's still possible that it's not Samantha.
Right.
You're on in 15 minutes.
Okay.
Decaf all right?
It's fine.
I really like the story this week. Vincent, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to tell them.
Of course you did.
Not like that.
You couldn't trust me, could you? You couldn't give me a week or even a day to figure out how I was going to tell them. My family is very close, and they don't like change, which doesn't mean that I have to conform to their expectations, but it does mean that I can be sensitive about it when I trample them.
I got scared of you changing your mind.
So what, you think by telling my family that you close the deal? Honestly, Carol, what you did was jeopardize the whole thing.
Look, Vincent, come with me if you want to. Don't if you don't. But I'm tired of strolling through this minefield. I'd rather know, one way or the other.
Right now, I'm really not sure.
Well, can you let me know soon? Because I don't want to drag this out.
How's tomorrow?
Tomorrow is soon.
Maxine, somebody's asking for you. Deborah Mahaffey. She has the baby.
Thank you, Robert.
Oh, good. You decided to come in.
Well, single mother can always use some cash.
Well, that's what we're here for. Now, just have a seat. I have to get a whole bunch of forms. And... Oh, may I hold her? My granddaughter's too big to hold, and I certainly miss that. Well, good afternoon.
How old is she, your granddaughter?
8, going on 18. Well, we'll be right back. And you might want to look these over. Shall we get some forms? Yeah.
Oh my God! My God, my baby!
What are you doing? That's
Calm
my
down, Miss
baby.
Mahaffey.
No.
I'm from the Hartford Police.
No, give her
I'd like
back
to
to
ask
me.
you a few
No,
questions.
you give her back to me. You lied to me, you bitch. You did this. She lied to me. That's my baby. No, give me my baby. Give me my baby. No, don't take her.
I just want to say this is whack. Everybody breaks the rules, but only certain people got to pay. You know what I'm saying? The man see what he want to see and who he want to see. And if he want to see you, then you who he see. Word.
Mr. Geyser, you were expelled for smoking marijuana in a bathroom stall, and then you trespassed by returning to the school and added some icing on the cake by setting off some firecrackers.
I got the right to speak out when I'm being oppressed, yo.
Mr. Geyser, you do realize you are a white upper middle class male. Your rights have never been in question in this society. So I'm committing you to DCF for the recommendation that you be placed in Long Lane until your 18th birthday. I'm suspending that sentence for 3 years. I want a psychological assessment and, excuse me.
Judge Gray, I'm sorry to interrupt. You're needed upstairs.
Where upstairs?
All the way upstairs.
20-minute recess.
Oh, baby, don't say a word. Mama's gonna buy you a mockingbird. If that mockingbird don't sing, Mama's gonna buy you a diamond ring. Diamond ring is brass. Gonna buy you a looking glass. That looking glass will break. Gonna buy you a chocolate cake.
Mrs. Hawkins, we found Judge Gray.
Oh, Judge Gray, how nice of you to join us.
Why don't you come on over here? We'll talk.
Why don't you come over here and we'll talk?
Mrs. Hawkins, what are you doing?
I'm singing to my daughter before I put her to bed.
Well, please, come over here. Get away from that edge. It's dangerous.
Oh, you think this is dangerous? Well, what about letting a little girl live with a man who abuses her? I'll tell you, Judge Gray, I would rather see her dead. Then I'd be sure she wasn't in pain.
Please, Mrs. Hawkins, put Rose down.
I would rather see her dead than let her be his concubine.
I didn't realize how serious it was.
Do you believe me now?
I do. I believe you. So please just put your little girl down and come over here.
Put my little girl down. Put my little girl down.
No, Mrs. Hawkins, don't. I'm the one you're mad at. It's not Rose. Don't take it out on her. It's all my fault, and I want to make it up to you, but I can't do that. I can't make it right if you hurt Rose.
me hurt Rose, I would never hurt my daughter.
I know, and that's what makes you such a good mother. Because you care so much. I understand.
If you understand, why didn't you give her back to him?
I don't know. But please, let's talk about it. Let's work something out. That's good. Come on, Rose. Come on.
No one will ever understand.
Come here.
Mrs. Hawkins!
Come on. I know it's a weird color, but it's good. It tastes like chicken. You know what chicken tastes like.
It's done.
What's that?
I met with my lawyer. They served him the papers this afternoon. He's probably reading them right now.
It's any consolation. I think you're doing the right thing.
Yeah. I always assume the right thing's gonna feel good.
I don't know. You want a beer?
Yeah. Oh, Ari. This isn't what Mommy had planned. I had such high hopes for Oscar. And for me. I really believed in us. All I ever wanted was a happy marriage. Kids. The picket fence. The minivan. Trips to the mall, you know?
Yeah.
Cutting out coupons. Shopping at Sears. Defrosting the fridge. Ironing shirts. I mean, was that too much to ask?
It's an idea, Donna. Everybody falls in love with ideas.
Where's Carol?
At her place.
Oh, no. You two haven't broken up, have you?
Actually, I need to tell you something. Carol and I are going to be living together.
You are? Vincent, that's great.
In San Francisco.
Oh.
I was trying to think of a way to tell you.
Does Judge Gray know?
Yeah, she knows. She's not happy about it, but she knows.
Well. I think it's good.
You do?
You need to be happy. I mean, it's your turn, isn't it?
Yeah, I guess it is.
It feels good to start over. Makes you feel, I don't know, clean.
Amy, what are you doing?
Sitting in the dark.
You lit the fire. It's not even cold out.
I was in the mood. May I,
Yeah,
go ahead.
You know that what happened today was not your fault, don't you?
Yes.
You made the right decision. The woman was clearly unstable.
Hey, Mom, a terrible thing happened, and I feel bad about it, so please just let me feel bad. When I was a little girl, I wanted to be a social worker. I wanted to do what you did. When I get older and I realize what it meant, then I get, okay.
Coming up next on TNT's Prime Time in the Daytime, Ross's investigation uncovers an unlikely suspect. Don't miss the drama of Law and Order. Next on TNT.